Hello YouTubers, this is Luis from On-Site Towing and Recovery in Middletown, New York. It's going to be our first video for startup businesses, people who don't know what kind of truck to buy to break into the industry, and we're going to cover some of the pros and cons of these trucks, um, and that's where we're going to start off with. When I first started in this industry, my first truck was a 2001 Chevy 3500 HD. It was a rollback with an 18-foot aluminum bed, gas engine, had a 496 in it, 8.1 liter, 5-speed. Very simple truck. Um, not so expensive to maintain. The only thing that I disliked was fuel consumption was bad. It was getting about 7 miles to the gallon. Whether it was loaded, unloaded, the gas mileage wasn't the greatest. So after running that truck for about a year and a half, 2 years, I started evaluating my business, and a friend of mine who's also in the industry, uh, we started talking, and he recommended that I should get somewhat of a medium duty truck, um, in the likes of a International 4700, Ford F650, something of that nature. And the reason being is, if you've got a too light of a truck, you end up turning away a lot of work, such as pickup trucks. And we're in the Hudson Valley, and most people have pickup trucks. And unfortunately, my Chevy 3500 HD was just too light duty to carry these pickup trucks. The truck had a 15,000 pound GVW. It weighed 10.2 with me in it. So it left me with only a 4,800 pound carrying capacity. The truck was capable of doing it, but at the same time, it was illegal and unsafe. Um, you know, Stuff like that draws attention from DOT. And as a startup business, you want to avoid DOT at all costs. The fines for being overloaded and overwidth are astronomical, and it can put you under as a startup business. Um, so you also have to take into consideration is it doesn't look too professional when you're doing stuff like that. You're going down the highway, and your front end's coming off the ground because you're severely overweight, overloaded, and it's not a good image. And in an industry that's plagued with negativity, we should be working on our image. But anyways, my recommendation is, if you're going to get into a business, jump into something that's just under 26,000 pounds but doesn't require a CDL. Then you'll be able to do your pickup trucks, your big SUVs. You'll be able to tow 2 cars at once, one on a deck, on a wheel lift if it has one, and you're just going to generate more money. Cost-wise, it really wasn't much more. Insurance-wise, as my 3500 HG, when I made the transition, I think it was actually cheaper. Um, as a startup business, you want to be able to take as much work in as you can. And with a medium duty truck, you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to do everything from a Corvette to a F350 dually, and that's it. So my recommendation is go for a medium duty truck. Right now, we currently have a medium duty truck, which is this 99 T300 behind me, and then we've got our light duty Dodge 5500. The 5500 is a great truck. It generates me a lot of money. It's great for the environment that we're in, because we're on the outskirts of the city, and a lot of times the Kenworth is just too big to take into the city and get into some of these driveways. But my biggest gripe with the Dodge is its carrying capacity sucks. The truck's got a steel bed on it, and it weighs, I think, 15.5 with me in it. GVW is 19.5. Doesn't leave us with a lot of payload. I wish the GVWs were a little bit higher on them, but that's my only gripe with the Dodge. And that's, and obviously when you're buying a truck, you got to see what suits you. What I'm recommending might not suit you. You might be in New York City, and due to the congestion, you're going to have to use a small truck. So it's to each his own. Study your geographic location and see what works for you. Because at the end of the day, you need to be able to generate money, especially when you're starting up. You want to be able to generate as much money as you can just to get that ball rolling. You don't want to be turning work away, and like I did, and you got to work with what you have too at the end of the day, and your budget. When I bought my first truck, it was an $8,000 truck. Used it for 2 years, and I actually sold it for $8,000. Used it for 2 years, sold it off for $8,000, and then I bought a International 4700 for $8,000. And once I got into that, I started accepting more calls, and I started generating more and more money because I wasn't turning anything away, and I was confident in towing the bigger stuff because the truck could handle it. And that's pretty much it, So if you YouTubers have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll answer them as quickly as I can. Once again, I'm Luis from On-Site Towing and Recovery in Middletown, New York. Thanks for watching.